Hello there, stranger. How are you doing?
Good. Let me actually open the window for you so I can get some more light.
Yes, baby, please. I
Sorry.
love your background. It's so green.
Yeah, this is actually my room. This is one of my favorite colors. So I actually chose this color. I was a lot younger at the time, but it's still one of my favorite colors. The only thing I don't like about it now is where my room is positioned in the house, the sun rises on my side. So
Okay.
my room is already bright. So then when the sun starts peeking through the blinds and it um, magnifies off this color, my room is so bright at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I love it, but I
What
hate
is
it at the
that? What
same
is that
time.
picture hanging on the wall?
That is at my cottage in Toronto with my family on the boardwalk.
Nice, nice. I love it. I love it. Now, this is actually our second interview. Okay, let me just explain to our Critical Beauty Salon viewers. The first time I interviewed Hillary was about 3 weeks ago, but I was so stupid because I had set the recording
That word.
automatically. And then, we're living in a high-tech society. Of course, everything is a matter of convenience. So I had set this interview, the initial interview, automatically, but for some reason it didn't work. So I panicked and I Googled every tech support. What should I do? Blah 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 blah. Well, you know what? You can't do anything unless you had asked your interviewee to record the interview from her end. But did you do that? No, right? No,
Things happen.
I know, and nobody's perfect, but consider that as a practice interview,
All
right?
right.
Yeah. So now I had put all these big signs that says record, record, record.
Don't worry, I could actually see in the top corner here it says recording. So I was gonna be like, okay, good.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. So great. So of course, your banner is still there.
Yay.
Okay. The first original Critical Beauty Salon banner they had made for a Miss Universe contestant. Okay. So that's the original banner just for Miss Barbados. Now, what have you been doing since the last time we spoke?
Well, Barbados, we are right now under a national pause. So a few places in the island have closed down just to monitor the numbers of the COVID cases. We're also now distributing the vaccine. So there's a lot going on here within the community. So really, my life has not been that exciting. I've been staying home, social distancing, working, preparing for Miss Universe. So I still have all my training, but overall, I've been really good though. How have you been?
Oh, it's snowing. Can you believe that? This is another snowstorm. Like this is the third time in less than 2 weeks.
I saw some videos that the weather has been quite crazy over in the States right now.
It's crazy.
But I'm
Even
quite
in
happy to be here in Barbados, I must
Oh,
say.
don't rub it in, girl, please. Can you
Here.
imagine what's happening in Texas? It's like in deep freeze.
Oh, I saw people have had no power.
Yeah,
Have been bursting because it's so cold. I was just like,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. They never had experienced this type of what. Well, they're not prepared because it's usually a warm state. So,
Yeah.
but again, like what you said, things happen. So c'est la vie. Now, how's your preparation going, by the way? Are you
Good.
ready? Are you 100% ready?
You're getting better every day. So I would say I'm 100% ready. And then tomorrow I do something else that's completely different and I feel even more ready. So every day I
Wonderful.
continue to get better. So I'm really excited for Miss Universe. It's getting closer. So now things are coming to light and we finally are starting to see some end dates and things come together. So
That's wonderful. So you have your gowns ready, your national costume ready?
the national costume is being made as we speak. My competition gowns, we have not had those yet. We're talking with a few designers right now with the concepts that we are going to be putting together. So we have some meetings coming up for those. So I'm excited about that. So there's a lot of things happening in the pipeline. And now that Miss Universe is coming closer and closer,
Yeah.
we're starting to press the gas on a few things.
Has your national director heard anything new? Any latest information?
Well, there's always the rumors that have been circulating online. I think I one minute I see that it's in the US, then I see it's in Costa Rica, then I saw it was in Indonesia. The last thing I saw that it will be in May and it's going to be in the United States. But I don't
Okay.
know. It's just what you see online.
Okay, well, let's assume it's going to be in the United States. It could either be Las Vegas, where the pageant had been held before,
Yeah, I saw that.
or Miami. back in 2014, or in Atlanta, where was held 2019.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I really don't mind. Any of those three cities will do fine with me.
Yeah.
So,
Well, if you're allowed people in the audience, it won't be as far for you, so you can come and watch.
but there is a little problem, though, or it could be a little problem because rumor has it that if the World Health Organization or the CDC or the US government all decided to make vaccination mandatory for visitors flying into the United States, considering, I think the last time I spoke to you, you said you were not ready to take the vaccine yet. But what if you were forced to take
I don't
it just
I don't think I would be in line to take it at that point, because right now the vaccines in Barbados, they're being rolled out to frontline and essential workers,
okay?
then those who are elderly, 70 and up, and then those with underlying conditions. I
Mhm.
don't fall into any of those categories. But if it was made available to me as a national duty to go and compete at Miss Universe and represent my country, if my country made it available for me, I think I would take it.
So you would take it though?
Yeah, to be for it's better safe than sorry. And we've been taking vaccines, flu shots,
Mhm.
measles, mumps, cold,
Right. Yeah.
all throughout my life. So I trust the science.
Yeah, of course, there are some people who may oppose to it, especially, maybe for religious reasons or any type of personal reasons. And I think I'm sort of concerned for those girls because would they sacrifice taking the vaccine, regardless of what reaction they might receive, just to be able to compete, at Miss Universe? So, we'll see what happens. And another
What
rumor that I,
happens? I'm interested to see what protocols they have in COVID protocols they have in place. If it's mandatory to have the vaccine,
Mhm.
if it's just going to be daily tests, or what it's going to be like. So it'll definitely be an interesting time to see how everyone responds to that.
Yeah, that's true. Or the girls can arrive at the venue. Maybe they should be in quarantine for like what, a week? You know?
Well, with that being said, it's when you think about these things, it goes to show how much planning truly goes into executing Miss Universe. Because say
Yeah,
it's even at the hotel, the staff is going to be coming and going as they please. You never know who the person at the front desk with is going to interact with when they leave work and come back tomorrow. So essentially, if it's going to be like a bubble,
yeah,
even the staff, it's nobody in, nobody out.
yeah.
And we'll see how that comes together. I mean, I think it's going to be a very different year for Miss Universe. It's going to be we're not going to be going out and having the same events like any other traditional year within the
Yeah.
community, and so we'll see what happens. I'm very interested to see how it plays out and how it's done safely.
Yeah, me too. Anyway, I know you, Barbados knows you, but the rest of the world doesn't know you. How would you introduce yourself to the rest of the world? Who are you? What you do for a living? How old you are? Family background? All that stuff.
So I'm Hillary Ann Williams, Miss Universe Barbados 2020. I was initially actually Miss Universe Barbados 2019 when I had taken over the reign of Chanel Eiffel at the time. I was next in line to be appointed to the crown. And I had a great year in 2019 and COVID happened. And my national directors decided that it was best not to hold a pageant for 2020 and they wanted to appoint me. So hence now Miss Universe Barbados 2020. I'm a digital marketer. I have my own marketing agency here in Barbados. I have clients from here in the Caribbean to across the United States to across Canada. So I've really relished in that opportunity because I had to pivot during the pandemic. At the time, I was actually working at a travel agency. And of course, that was one of the first industries to take the hardest hit at the time. And after I had my moments of wallowing in sadness, and I was like, I'm going to find the cure for COVID. We're going back to work in a few weeks. We'll be fine. Everything's good. A year later, here we are. And I just had to learn to pivot and how I was going to use my skills, my knowledge, and the tools I had to continue with life because the pandemic doesn't stop life. And I had to
Exactly.
continue going with my career. So
Yeah.
I'm the CEO of my own company. So that's been really great. Every day it's a learning curve. Um, my family, my dad, he is Barbadian. My mother is Canadian. I've been living here in Barbados for quite some time now, and I absolutely love it. I could not picture myself going through snowstorms or anything like that. That is for sure.
Right.
So I love it here in Barbados. I've truly adapted so well. And my advocacy as Miss Universe Barbados is I'm here representing gender-based violence as a survivor. I advocate about that very passionately, and I advocate about women's rights and human rights as well. We actually have been releasing, I think it came out or will be coming out today, a public service announcement about my advocacy. So you guys can check the Miss Universe Barbados page
Of
for more.
course. Yeah, we'll plug it in. No, don't worry. Now, do you have a lot of friends, Hillary?
I would like to think so. Well, there's a difference between close friends, friends, and acquaintances.
Okay, let's talk about your close friends. What would your close friends, or how would they describe you? Like three adjectives.
Hilarious. Definitely hilarious. Resilient and very compassionate. I'm always the one who's trying to bring my groups together. And mind you, my friends come from all different circles, but somehow we've now come together as one, which is really funny because we have such different backgrounds and such different personalities. But I've been the one to bring people together, and I'm always making my friends laugh. And I just feel like the gorilla glue. I'm gonna just reference gorilla glue right now.
Oh no, the Gorilla Glue
I'm the
incident.
gorilla glue of my group. I'm the gorilla glue of my group, keeping everyone together. So that's what I'll say about that. And resilient, just because they've seen all my personal struggles over the years, and to see where I'm at now, you can see the amount of growth that has happened, and that none of these things that have ever happened in my life have truly defined who I am. I've used them as a trampoline to springboard me into other things, and I'm always trying to learn from these opportunities.
That's wonderful. That's amazing. Well, as you know, Barbados has not placed in Miss Universe, so this is always the first time.
This
You
is the
know,
first year that we will change that. Mark my words.
yeah, we will. Miss Universe organization, are you listening to me? We will change that. We have very strong competitors in the Caribbean this year. I have never seen so much fierce competitors from that region. Believe
I'm
me.
very excited. It's
Yeah.
going to be a really great year. I can see I've been working so hard, and it always goes to show hard work will always prevail. So I'm not too focused right now on what's happening on social media or who's who or what's what. I'm just focusing on myself and my training, and it's been going really well. And I'm just so excited to go and bring something different to Miss Universe, especially as a representative from Barbados. I can see how the organization has truly learned to pivot this year with me, and we've been trying new things and training and marketing and everything. So I'm really excited. I think we have a lot to offer at Miss Universe this year.
That's amazing.
Got to keep
Now,
some of it in the bag, though. You'll see.
of
We'll see.
course, I can't wait. I can't wait to look at it. Now, as Miss Universe Barbados, you're not only competing for Miss Universe, but you're also serving as an ambassador of goodwill. Now, how will you promote your country at Miss Universe?
Well, as a digital marketer, promoting and advertising is like my everything.
Convince them, that they should visit your country.
Well,
How?
first of all, we do have the welcome stamp program right now. So if you are currently in the United States freezing your backside off, right now is the perfect time to migrate to Barbados.
Okay.
And remotely, you get to wake up to the trees blowing, the palm trees right outside your front door. The beach is about 2 minutes from my house. I can literally hear the waves crashing as I go
Wow.
by. And not to mention, it is 30 degrees every single day. Every day. I'm tanning on my balcony, and you guys are isolating inside your house in the cold with your little snuggies and your robes and your sweaters.
I hate you.
Yeah, for you guys, but Barbados is here, and we're welcoming people to our program. So I encourage everyone to at least come and visit during either after the pandemic or for the welcome stand. It's truly a really great opportunity to experience Barbados in your own timing. And I must say, because of the protocols here that have been put in place, it's really safe for you to be able to go out and still experience those things. Because right now, people are missing the traveling. They have wanderlust. They want to go and do things, but it's almost so difficult that by the time you have to take a test before you go somewhere, then you might have to isolate. Then you probably barely have any holidays or time left from work or whatever the case is to go and explore that country, to then go home again, have a test, and isolate. Half your vacation has been spent isolating.
Yeah.
So really, the welcome stamp program here gives you all the free reign. You can do things as you please and do it safely. So I think it's a really great opportunity.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah, I've never been to Barbados, and I've always wanted to go there. In
Uh,
fact, I do have Yeah, I do have a Facebook online friend. I think she runs a minor pageant in Barbados, and she
Oh,
invited me to, yeah, she invited me to judge her pageant once. That was a few years ago, and I've always wanted to go there. Maybe because of Rihanna. A lot of people don't know that Rihanna is from Barbados.
how could they not know? I was out filming some stuff today for Miss Universe and for some Instagram content that we have to come out shortly. And I went to Rihanna Drive today, so I saw the house that she grew up in, and there's a big monument out there with some information about her. And Rihanna is absolutely iconic.
Have you
I
met her in person?
actually have. I've met her twice.
Oh, wow. Did you ask for a signature or autograph?
I didn't. The first time I met her, so the first time I met Rihanna was at the ceremony for Rihanna Drive, and that was the first time I ever saw her. Mind you, it was from a distance at first, and I was there like fangirling.
Yeah.
Then I got a picture with her, and that was that. And then not too long ago, I was at a dinner party, not knowing that she would be there, and she was friends with one of my friends who was there, and this was because she's here right now from over the holidays. And so all of a sudden Rihanna comes and joins us at the table, and she's like, hi, introducing herself to everyone, and I'm just like, is this normal for you guys? Nobody told me Rihanna was going to be here.
Oh,
And
that's
then she
funny.
actually asked me, she's like, do I know you? And I was like, well, we actually met back in 2017 for all of like 30 seconds. But I mean, if you think you know me, we should be close friends. But no,
Well, you
I
know, she has more money than God, so she can literally purchase the entire island and make it her home, right?
quite
She can rule the island, basically.
so no, I love her, and she's done so many incredible things with her platform. From coming from such a small island, 166 square miles, and a little street where she grew up, her stomping grounds, to now being one of the most incredible, hardworking entrepreneurs in the industry right now. From music, fashion, beauty, you name it. She has just
She does everything.
so much for Barbados, and I love how she always represents us with pride and always makes sure to give Barbados acknowledgement where due as often as she can. She's our biggest marketer right now.
Seriously, right? Right. Everybody follow. It's just like a huge social media following.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a serious question for you, Miss Hillary.
Mhm.
Why do you think you deserve the Miss Universe crown?
Because it's time that we have a representative to show other young men and women that your circumstances don't define your potential, that it doesn't matter what you were born into, where you were born, or what your life at that moment looks like. Your dreams are only limited by your imagination. And if I had not had this perception growing up, I definitely would never be here speaking to you as Miss Universe Barbados. I would not be here standing as a survivor of gender based violence. I wouldn't be here a CEO of my own company during a pandemic at 25 years old. All of these things are because I continue to dream, and I'm bringing those dreams into manifestation. So I don't even like to call them dreams at this point. I like to call them ambitions, because if I don't think that they can come to life and that they're going to happen, it's likely that they won't. So I want to show other young men and women that truly working hard and striving towards your own goals is something that you need to continue doing, because the only person who can tell you what you can or be in life is yourself. No one else can do that for you.
Bravo! Woohoo! Would you consider yourself a foodie?
Absolutely. I love food.
Well, okay. I was going to ask you next. Name three foods that you can eat forever and ever and ever.
Oh, only three though?
Only three, girl.
Okay, it has to be a truffle pizza, has to have mushrooms and arugula on it, thin
Ooh,
crust. That is like my absolute favorite.
okay.
That anything with caramel or chocolate, I have a huge sweet tooth. So especially see dark chocolate and like sea salt and caramel.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
in a brownie right now, even though I'm dieting, I just might have to break that diet. And lastly, it's hard to pick only three. Lastly, I really do love a good steak. I can't lie. A good medium steak is my absolute favorite.
Wonderful. Well, I'm sure you'll find all those foods in Miss Universe, right? Now, you're a fun girl. What do you do? What do you like to do for fun?
Well, right now, obviously, because we're in a pandemic and lockdown, life is looking a lot different. So for fun, previously for me, it would have looked like a lot of traveling, a lot of going out with my friends, interacting with those people within my community, and beach days, and going out with my friends and dinners. And as we call here, we have limes. So when you're hanging out with your friends, I'm going to lime by my friend.
Okay.
It would look like a lot of that. And now, quote, pandemic has really changed how we have to find ways to fulfill ourselves, because I can't obviously be out socializing and traveling safely as I once would. So right now, my life has looked like a lot of gardening. That has really been a place where I have found a peaceful moment, I guess. And it goes to show that what you water will grow, what you invest your time into will grow. And it's definitely taught me a lot of patience, because here in the Caribbean, we have green monkeys, and they have been attacking my garden more than I've been getting myself. And it's a fight over the cucumbers every single day.
Wow.
So it's been a lot of gardening. I've been very passionate about my health and fitness for years now. So I do spend a lot of time in the gym. I hope you guys could tell. But
Yeah, actually you look thinner than the last time I saw
on
you.
the last time,
Yeah. No, seriously, no. I
hey,
think no, your upper arms have tone, definitely. Yeah, definitely. And yeah, totally. And you know what? No matter your hairstyle, you look it's really all about your face. Because of your weight loss, your face has become more angular and your cheekbones have become much more prominent. So, and
okay.
that's a
I'm gonna
perfect.
say a little bit is the contour. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fine. That's the perfect face for like Vogue magazine right there. Yeah, you go, girl.
Yeah.
Now, um, okay, we all have definitions of beauty,
Mhm.
physical, whatever. How do you define beauty? What is your definition of beauty?
For me, beauty is somebody who truly does believe in themselves and what they're capable of. Because so many people will just think beauty, oh, she's got a pretty face, she's beautiful, she looks great, she would photograph well. And that is something so surface layer, and it's really not enough to truly define beauty. And then people will say, oh, beauty just comes from within. But it really is, at the end of the day, at the core of who you are. Are you a compassionate person? Do you truly care about other people? Do you have a purpose in life? And are you supporting that purpose? Are you advocating about that purpose? Do you know what you believe in, what you stand for? I think all of those things, knowing that, is truly being able to cement yourself in what you think is beautiful. So it's so much deeper than you have nice hair, you have nice cheekbones, you might look great in Vogue. Beauty comes in so many different forms, whether that's in yourself, in nature, the things around you. There's beauty in everything once you have a great perception on life.
Hmm. That's true. So, in other words, so you believe there's beauty in everybody.
There is,
Okay. So, do you think Quasimodo, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, is also beautiful?
in his own darn special way.
I agree. Now, okay, here's a fun question. What is something that you really resent paying for? Like you,
Tax.
what? What?
Taxes.
Well,
First of all, we'll start there.
are,
Taxes.
are
And
taxes high in Barbados?
if they're high,
Well,
very,
how much
very
percentage do they take away?
too much.
Really?
So right now we have, well, for it depends on how much you're making, you fall into a certain bracket.
Hmm.
And now that I've been employing people through my new digital marketing agency, I'm now incurring even more taxes through that, as you pay staff, as you establish a company, and then I have to take taxes out of my own payments, and I'm just waving goodbye to the money. So outside of that, I think everyone would agree with taxes. But outside of that, I've actually previously purchased an eyelash serum, hoping it would grow some full, fluffy, magical eyelashes. And I don't think it did a damn thing, which is why I've now resorted to eyelash extensions. $300 later on a serum. I regret that.
Well, it's funny because that ties into my next question. What is the most expensive product that you own?
As in makeup, hair, face product, or item, or it doesn't really
Item,
matter.
item.
Item. I did splurge on a Louis Vuitton bag a couple years ago.
Nice.
It's still in great condition. It served a great purpose. I looked at it as an investment because here I am about 3 years later and it still looks great, but it was a lot of money.
Okay. Makeup products. Name 3 products that you cannot do without, that you need 3 makeup products all the time.
Concealer for sure, because these bags are not designer, unfortunately. So I definitely need concealer. Kind of not a product, but eyelash extensions. My eyelashes are very short, they're sparse, so I like to have the extensions to fluff them up. And a good eyebrow pencil. Those, I could live with those 3 for the rest of my life. I mean, I take pretty good care of my skin, so it's pretty clear. The skin tone is pretty even. So I could live without the contour, the highlight, the foundation, the blush, all of that great stuff. Just once I could conceal the little bag, have some lashes, nice brows, I'm good.
Would you ever consider cosmetic surgery?
I don't even know what I would get done, even if I wanted to be quite honest, because even over the years, when I look back now, so when I was younger, I always thought, oh, my nose is way too big. I hate my nose, or I didn't like the size of my waist or the hips, and I was so skinny. So I was about always the shortest in my class, skinniest, frizzy, big hair, just taking up all the space at the time. I know you can't tell right now, but you got to see last time in the interview how big my hair is.
Yeah.
And so I was growing up, I always felt a little insecure, didn't know where I would fit in because none of the other kids really looked like me at the time. So I would find myself at that point changing aspects of myself to fit in. So I'd be straightening my hair. I'd try and wear bigger clothes so that I didn't look so skinny. You couldn't see how petite I was. And now, 25 years later, I can say that I've grown so comfortable and confident in who I am that this is who Hillary is. She has big, fluffy, curly hair. She's petite, she's short, and I'm perfectly okay with that. I really don't know. I can't say I would change anything at this point, to be quite honest, unless I could miraculously have a couple more inches grown of hair. That would probably be it, because I think the longer, the fluffier, and the fuller my hair is now, the better.
Well, you know what?
I always wanted it short and
there are. I think in pageantry, there's like tricks in the certain tricks that you can apply. Like if you're short, you can always make yourself look taller by maybe putting your hair in a bun, or wearing, of course, 8-inch heels. And that's what Olivia Culpo, Miss Universe 2012, did, because she's like short, she's like 5'5", but when she had her hairstyle in a bun, and she wore this beautiful like red ball dress, so and 8-inch heels. So she stood like on this, pretty much on the same level as a taller girls on stage, So hey, you never know, you can apply. But yeah. So okay, so talk about makeup. Now we all love challenges, Hillary. What challenge you would never want to face?
As a survivor of gender-based violence, I would never want to be back in that position again, fighting for my own safety. And that was such a challenging and difficult and low point in my life. And I was thankful enough to have the friends and family there to support me and help guide me back to safety. But while I know that's not the case for everyone, that is why I'm so passionate about using my platform for gender-based violence and for other women, to let them know that we can really break the stigma down. There is no shame in your story, that you will always have support, that there's someone out there that you can talk to, because most times when you're going through it, it's so easy to get caught up in the emotions and start feeling alone. And your friends or family might say, oh, yeah, we'll be here for you and we'll help you and da-da-da-da. But at the end of the day, it's truly an inner battle with yourself to start healing from that point. And I think the only way to truly do that is to have open communication in safe spaces like that. So that is something that I would never want to face again. And that is something that I'm determined to help other women break through as well.
Have you thought about maybe learning self-defense?
I actually have. I have thought
Yeah.
about that. And shortly after we had started to go into lockdown when one of my friends and I were going to go to a self-defense class. So I have thought about that, but what I do have is I have this little thing on my keychain where you could like jump somebody if they're getting a little too close to you. But I think one of the greatest forms of self-defense is being very aware. And that is not only goes with just your settings, but recognizing the red flags in very early stages.
Mm-hmm.
So, because it's really quick and easy for those to develop rather quickly in life. And you might think, oh, maybe they didn't mean it like that. Or maybe I'm interpreting it wrong. You're essentially gaslighting yourself into thinking that something is not what it is.
Right.
And you really need to be aware and take things as what they are and truly think things through before reacting. So I think being aware of the red flags to protect yourself very early in the stages of potential abuse is so important.
Do you know this? Do you know the three most vulnerable parts in a man's body?
Tell me, I feel like
Okay, I'll tell you. The eyes.
uh-huh.
You can always poke their eyes.
Yeah.
The throat, and of course the groin.
Mhm.
Down below.
I'll
So
definitely keep those in mind.
just remember those, okay? Now, okay, we all, you know, we all like rules sometimes, but sometimes we don't like rules. If there were absolutely no rules in your life, just for one day only, and you could be totally outrageous, what would you do?
I'm writing a big fat check to myself at nobody's expense. Writing a fat check to myself. I'm going to definitely invest a lot of it into my own marketing agency because I would love to see it grow even more and develop into other regions and countries as well to give other young entrepreneurs the same opportunity that I had growing up because it's so hard to get your foot in the door when you don't have that experience because when have you ever had a job opportunity that was like we don't need experience, come on.
Yeah.
So it's really difficult for that. So I would invest a lot into my own company. And I would also invest it into a platform where I can provide women an outlet and a safe space for them to reach out to if they are experiencing gender-based violence. Because most times it's very hard, especially when you're restricted financially or you're more reliant upon your partner for those kind of things. So I want to ensure women that their safety is an absolute right. It is not an option, and that there are other ways that you can protect yourself without being reliant upon somebody else. And this
That is,
actually turns me back to the last question you had just asked about how women could better protect themselves. Is we have to start asking men instead to start being accountable for themselves and how they could start being better members of society so that we don't have to always put the responsibility on women to have to protect themselves. Men should be learning to play a better part within society to protect our women and to not put our women in vulnerable situations.
well,
So,
yeah, I totally agree. And also, I think it's also important for society to teach boys how to properly respect women, because when they
from a
grow up, they need to know. Listen, we need to treat the fair sex very respectfully, with a lot of dignity and so forth. Because when I don't know if you like hip hop music or rap music, because rap music is so filled with with images and with songs and references to gender-based violence, disrespecting women, and putting them down all the time. So sometimes I wonder, maybe that's one of the reasons why there's so much violence committed against women and young girls, because of what they see, what they hear, what they listen to, etc. So yeah, I think we need to teach young boys how to respect our women, because women give birth, right?
there's nothing more powerful in the world than a woman. There really isn't. There is nothing.
So maybe God is a woman,
Might
maybe, Mother Earth. Now, okay, here's an interesting question. What makes you mad besides gender-based violence?
besides that, When well, there have been moments, I'll get you a little personal here then. During my training for Miss Universe Barbados, there have been moments where I know the answer to things, or I know how I want to say something. And you have that split second of doubt. And you're just like, there was one question in particular that I was asked during my training session, and I knew how I wanted to answer it, but I had a split second where I was like, but maybe I should say this instead. And I just fumbled on that one simple question, which I knew the answer to. And that just goes to show that when I have a moment where I don't trust in my initial gut first, and I know it's right, and then I'm proven that after, I'm always mad or upset about that.
Okay. All right.
Trust your gut.
Okay. I like that. I like that. Um, what's something that will always be in fashion, no matter how much time passes by?
I know you're expecting blue jeans or high waisted
I
something,
like blue jeans. I want blue jeans.
but compassion goes great with every outfit. It's always in style. It looks great no matter what you're wearing.
Okay. Wonderful. Now, what personality traits in other people that you hate?
Hmm.
I'm sure there's a lot of them, right?
No, but someone who is not open-minded and is kind of closed off to conversation or learning new things, because I think there's so much to learn in the world just by listening. And people who don't listen with intent to understand and just listen to respond, that is very, very frustrating. And especially when they approach a topic, for example, I'm pro-choice, you're pro-life, and you approach this topic very closed-minded, and you're not open to understanding why I have the stance that I do and why I have the opinions that I do. And you come across a certain way where I am who I am, this is it, and you just have a lack of respect for what someone else has to say. So I think that is something that definitely irritates me.
Well, you know what? I agree. Especially, when two people meet for the first time, and one person dominates the entire conversation and won't give the other person the chance, to talk about
It's
themselves.
not a conversation, it's a lecture.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the things that really irritates me. So good.
We could
Now,
wait on that.
we agree. Now, what do most people think is false about you, but it's actually true?
That's a good one. What do people think is false? Well, a lot of people actually didn't know that I was Miss Universe Barbados 2019 and then appointed 2020.
20.
So people thought I was just chosen for no reason. I've actually gotten that question a lot. And then when I give the backstory, I'm like, I was actually Miss Universe Barbados 2019. And now here I am 2020. So people are always a little shocked when I tell them the story of how everything had come about, from my crowning moment to COVID to then the things I did in between. And now here I am about to go to Miss Universe. I always say things happen for a reason. So I'm thankful for that.
Okay. I know that you like politics. You're very politically committed. Now, if you were to run for a political office in your country, what would your slogan be, Miss Hillary?
Oh, that is a good one. What would my slogan be? Something along the lines for women, that's for
Mhm.
sure. I'd be biased if I'm saying I'm not going to tie this back into my advocacy, but probably along the lines of um, uniting our women, or freedom for our women, because there have been so many things that we have had to oppress over the years and manage on our own, and we're still fighting for the simplest of things like equality, closing the gender gaps, closing wage gaps, simple rights, period poverty. There's so many things women are struggling with right now, and I think that would probably be my biggest focus if I were to be
Mhm.
running for office, is closing those gaps and giving women the same opportunities that they need and deserve that men have in society.
Mhm. Okay. Now, we all have habits, like sometimes I like to, nibble on my nails, sometimes scratch my head. What is your strangest habit that you have?
My bad habit, I'm not gonna lie, I cheat on my diet quite a bit. That's probably one of my worst habits. Either that or overthinking things and overthinking a situation and getting myself upset about that. So
Oh,
I
are
know
you a worrier? Do you worry a lot?
I'm a worry wart,
Oh my
an
God.
overthinker. So that happens every now and again. So that is a bad habit that I definitely need to break. And because it could sometimes it could honestly be the simplest of things that I'm like, but was that meant to be interpreted the way it was? And then I overthink and I have this whole other philosophy of how it could have possibly been meant to have been interpreted. And I'm just like, now look at you.
Yeah.
It's 2 a.m. You're still up. You're thinking about something that happened yesterday. Like, put it to rest, go to
You know
bed.
what? Yeah.
I'm always thinking, I'm always going.
Sometimes I feel like, we're twins because you know what? I worried a lot too. Because, for a very long time, I had a fear of flying. Ever
Yeah.
since 9/11, I worried about that. I stopped flying, for like 15 years. And then when I look back at all the planes that I could have taken, none of them crashed. So I missed a lot of opportunities, right? Because I was worrying too much. I was like scared and nervous. And then I took a course on how to overcome the fear of flying, and that immediately took care of the problem.
That's good. See,
So
so
when,
you highlighted the problem and found a solution and took steps towards that. So I bet
exactly.
you're flying to watch me at Miss Universe now.
There you go. There you go. And it did help to fly JetBlue, which was one of the safest airlines at that time, and to have this gorgeous captain, pilot. And they offered me white wine, at the first row near the captain, near the cockpit, and he would like come out of the cockpit once in a while to say hello to me. Rafa, how are you doing? Oh my God, that got rid of my.
Best night of your life.
Exactly, exactly. Now, would you consider yourself like a sentimental, emotional person?
Very.
Very. Okay,
A
like
little bit too much sometimes.
okay. Now, do you when you watch like a sad movie, do you cry? You cry.
Yeah.
What is like the saddest movie that made you cry?
Well, I don't know about the saddest, but the last thing that actually made me cry is I'm currently watching this series, For Life.
Hmm.
Have you heard of it or have you watched it?
No, I haven't. No. Is this really sad?
So good. So it is about a man who was wrongfully incarcerated,
Hmm.
and in jail he becomes a lawyer. He fights his way out of jail. He goes back and represents other inmates. And it's now in season 2, and they're taking things that have happened within the last year and they're bringing it into these episodes. So a lot of them are COVID related. And the last one that made me really upset was influenced by the death of George Floyd and the Black Lives Matter movement. So in that episode, a man was the father was in the car with his son, and he was pulled over by the cops, and he turned around to his son. He was like, "We're fine, just be calm." Da, 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 da. And of course, the police officer was a white officer, and he comes to the car and he's asking all these questions. And the man had nothing wrong with him. He was just wrongfully pulled over. And he got out of the car and he was like, "Well, 1 minute, let me just unstrap my son's seatbelt or give him the phone or whatever it was." And so he leaned into the window a little bit, and the police officer shot him 6 times in the back in front of the son.
Oh.
And that moment just really took me back to everything that happened during the Black Lives Matter movement, everything that's happened even past that, up to now, and even when we compare that with things that have happened since then, like the riots at the Capitol. And they had a lot of messaging during that episode, which was just really triggering and emotional, that it really made me think back to everything that had been going on within the last year. And that made me really sad to think now, even from that movie, think of George Floyd and his family and his loved ones that he had left behind, how they feel. So
Right.
that was a very emotional episode for me. So that was the last time I cried. So that was last week, Sunday. But
It's
and I
funny.
just watched an episode tonight.
Well, it's interesting because that question is again tied to my next question. Okay.
Well, I'm reading your mind right
We
now.
all, listen, we all love to judge people by appearance. I mean, that's the reality. Unfortunately, our society is programmed to judge people by their appearance. How much do you judge a person by their appearance?
You know what? I always say, put your best foot forward no matter what you're doing in life. And I'm not saying you have to be glammed up to the gods that like wherever you're going for a grocery store run. But sometimes putting your best foot forward is a mental or a verbal thing. And that's how I tend to judge someone is based off conversation with them or what we're talking about more than how they present themselves. Because let's be real, I don't look like this all day, every day, and I don't do my groceries looking this glamorous. But I always go out with a positive mindset of however I'm going to put myself through the day so that no matter who I encounter, say it's the cashier at the grocery store, and we end up having, oh, you're buying some feta cheese for dinner, you must be making that TikTok pasta or whatever. And then I'm just having a conversation with her about whatever it is, the pasta at the time. And I'm judging that person based off our conversation. I would say, oh, she's observant. She's making a little joke. She's being lighthearted. I guess she's having a good day. That's that. I'm not looking at the uniform that she's wearing from the grocery store. I'm not looking at her hairstyle. I judge people more so our interactions and how they look.
Mhm.
That's far more valuable because you never know the kind of person that they're going to be, just how they present themselves.
Right. Yeah. Despite what Martin Luther King Jr., had commented that it's really the content of the character that counts and not so much its appearance, we still have not really overcome the problem of judging people by appearance. I mean, even when you go to a job interview, people expect you to look presentable, to look nice, to smell good and whatnot. Obviously, if the other candidate is your exact opposite, they're going to choose you, right? Because there's some certain areas where appearance is important, is significant, I guess, depending on the job. Now, if you're a construction worker, hello, you don't have to look good. You always wear a helmet all day long. You have to stink all day long. Your body odor, is here and there. So yeah, so I guess it's everything is relative. But sometimes I wonder too, maybe if the whole world were blind, then we don't have to judge people. Just a thought.
It'd be a lot more of an intellectual kind of thing.
Here too, yeah, in the heart.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, what dumb thing did you believe for a really, really long time?
I really hope that no kids are watching this.
Oh yeah, this is like PG.
But
Parental guidance.
I'll say at first, I'll say Santa Claus. But no, again, going back to my advocacy, not taking my safety as a top priority at all times is something that I look back now, and even some of the things that I've endured or made excuses for, I look back now and I just question myself, what were you thinking? Like, what could you have honestly been thinking at that moment? And because when I contrast myself with the woman that I am today and everything that I stand for based off the experiences that I've gone through in life, I can see such a drastic difference in the amount of growth that has happened. So I look back now and I wouldn't say that they were dumb because, again, I've learned a lesson from them. But I look back and I question those moments. And I now know, of course, that they would never happen again. But I'm going to use my experience to help support and advocate for other women so that they can now put themselves in a position to look back at their decisions that they once made and said, I'm really happy I got out of that.
Okay, that's very deep, Hillary. Very deep.
Thinker, what do you want me to
Okay, so
say?
your family obviously is very important to you, and of course your close friends as well. But who specifically inspires you to be a better person?
One of my very good friends, Natari Gibbons, we had became friends about, I want to say almost 8 years ago. And he has been there for me through every moment of my life, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, the in between. And he's a little bit older than me, but he's always given me such great advice. But even outside of that advice, he lets me follow my path and make my own decisions. And it's like, you're still young, you need to find your way at the end of the day. And he's been there for me for so many great things. And he actually wrote me a letter a couple years ago on the importance of self-love and knowing your worth and knowing your value and your purpose and everything in life. And that is something that I look back now, even if I'm having bad days, it's actually one of the pieces that really helped me seek my own safety when I was enduring gender-based violence. But I look back at that letter now whenever I'm feeling down or whatever I'm questioning myself, and it inspires me so much to think even deeper about what I've gone through and know that I can overcome whatever it is I'm thinking or getting in my head about at that time. So he truly has inspired me in more ways than I think he even knows.
That's amazing. It's amazing. Now, what belief do you have that most people disagree with?
Well, that's a tricky one because it depends, again, I guess, on the topic, but I'm very open minded. So whether although I may feel one way about a topic, I'm still going to actively listen and trying to understand someone else's opposing views. One thing that I have actually been speaking about recently is pro-life versus pro-choice. And I'm very strong gung-ho that pro-choice should really be the only choice. And I've encountered actually quite a few people who did not agree with that. And when I had actually encountered one of them who was a woman, I was even more taken back and surprised by that. And I had to ask her, so in society, a rapist wouldn't be looked at as a father figure. Would you truly want to not judge? I wouldn't be judging your choice, but would you really feel comfortable mentally, physically, and emotionally carrying that child to full term? And her response was actually no in the end, but still contradicted herself to say, I'm still pro-life. So
That's
that was
interesting.
interesting. But I really think pro-choice is the only choice, and pro-life is really just pro no choice.
Hmm.
And the only one who should be dictating any kind of choice that a woman makes with her body is the woman herself.
Right. Well, a good argument, I mean, I'm playing devil's disciple. So let's say I'm pro-life. One of the good arguments that I've heard in defense of pro-life movement is that there are many people who had been products of rape, yet they turned out to be wonderful, outstanding citizens that have contributed to society. So that's one good argument. Yeah. So like, if I had been aborted, I would never have contributed something good to the society. That sort of argument.
Good people, regardless of how they've come to life, can contribute to society.
Yeah.
And it's on to that person themselves,
Yeah.
truly.
Hmm. Now, speaking of again, opinions. Now, on your social media, when somebody disagrees with your post or with your comment, be it political or any type of topic, do you delete that comment or do you allow it? Do you let it stay on your social media? Because I see a lot of people like deleting comments that they do not agree with, and which makes me wonder, gee, this person is not really open-minded at all. They're discriminatory. They're biased.
Quite an interesting perspective on it. I've actually never had encountered a problem like that. So that's actually, now that I'm thinking back on my social profiles, I've never encountered an inappropriate or comment that I didn't necessarily agree with. But I feel like if it were to happen, once it's not disrespecting anybody, um, I'm going to leave it there if that's your
Right.
opinion. If it doesn't make me feel disrespected or it's not disrespecting anyone in the photo or say maybe the caption behind it, if it was, you know, certain things I think need to be addressed and certain things don't
Yeah.
deserve the time of day.
Mhm.
So even for example, I'll just reference something that I saw a lot during the Black Lives Matter movement is when people were saying all lives matter in response to Black Lives Matter. If that didn't go addressed and say, well, we're not saying all lives matter, but at this moment, Black Lives Matter because of, then I think that just feeds into a narrative that means that we're allowing things to happen. And when you see something that you don't agree with or you think is inappropriate, it's important that we acknowledge and hold certain people accountable for certain things. But I take all that within reason because if someone just tells me that your hair looks ugly today, that is your opinion, and I know it looks fabulous, so I'm unbothered.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what you do. You just block off haters. I do all the time. I mean, people comment hateful stuff on my, on my YouTube channel. I just ignore them. I mean, what's the point? Why would you waste your time with these people who are negative?
If there's one thing, being putting yourself out there like you or myself right now, you're on a lot of social platforms, on YouTube, on Instagram, and you're having conversations with other people around the globe. I'm about to go compete at Miss Universe, all the pageant bloggers. Everyone is always going to have something to say.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to have an opinion. Everyone's going to have a piece of advice that they think you should definitely take.
Yeah.
But it's really important that at the end of the day, you stay true to who you are and what you stand for, because there are so many people in life that are going to expect you to abide or follow their advice or what they think you should do. But at the end of the day, the only person that you should ensure that you're truly making happy is yourself, because people pleasing is a very slippery slope.
And nobody knows you better but yourself, right?
Exactly. Stop doubting yourself. I need to tell myself that every now and again.
Hillary, darling, what brings you the most joy in life?
My little French bulldog, Lola, she's actually outside on a walk right now.
Oh,
I have a
oh. I
little
love dogs. Dogs make us happy. I think dogs or animals in general really enhance our lives. Oh my God. How old is she?
She's almost 2 years old.
She's so adorable.
I love her. You see her all over my Instagram stories.
I know.
I really love her. She is the sweetest, most spoiled little dog ever. She's like my little shadow. And I got her at a point in my life where I really needed something to show me love and to care for and to just invest my time and emotions into. And so she's so much more than just a pet or a dog. She literally had come into my life when I needed it the most.
Yeah.
And so I just love her so much.
Well, you know what? Dogs are man
If
and
you're a
woman's
dog
best
person,
friend.
like anyone who truly is like a dog mom or a dog dad, they know the love that they have for their pet. Like I go to work, do whatever I'm doing, have to go out from the day I come home. Like I'm always most excited to see her. I don't care what else has happened during the day. I just want to go home. I want to see my little Frenchie. I want to get my cuddles and all her little gremlin snorts in my ear. But I absolutely love her.
So do you guys French kiss each other?
We're not that.
Well, that's why it's a French bulldog. You're supposed to French kiss, right?
On the cheek. I know where that mouth be. She's out cleaning herself, eating grass, running around the yard, chewing on rocks. So
Hillary, let's play a game, okay? A game called Fast Dog. So I'm going to mention two things, and you tell me which one you prefer, okay? Mineral water or tap water?
tap water. I don't mind either. But
no, how's tap water in Barbados anyway? Is it good?
Very drinkable. How's the tap water at you?
Well, because we have bad tap water in Massachusetts. That's why.
A little questionable, but no, the water here is completely safe to drink. And it's funny. It's like my parents, we have a Brita filter on the table.
Me too. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
And I never use it. I just go to the sink and I'm turning it on and they look at me. They're like, the Brita's right here. I'm like, there is no difference between the quality of water. And it has been proven here in Barbados.
That's wonderful.
Tap.
Ice cream or frozen yogurt?
Oh, ice cream. And it has to be caramel or cookies and cream or chocolate.
Or chocolate. Now, one-piece swimsuit or bikini?
Either or, but I might say bikini just because I've worked really hard on my abs lately. So I feel like
show it off.
Show it off a little bit. I mean, I gave up the ice cream and the pizza and all the deep fried goodies for this. So y'all gonna see these abs.
Well, not only that, but you'll also inspire other people to work hard too, right?
Yeah.
And to be healthier. Good.
Let me tell you, abs are a lot harder to get than you think. You think it's a lot of working out and crunches and sit-ups and all of that. It is a lot of willpower and restraint in the kitchen because like I said, I have such a big sweet tooth. So having the willpower to give up some of the foods that I traditionally love has been challenging. But
yeah. Coffee or tea?
Tea, definitely tea. I love green tea specifically.
Okay. Foot massage or hand massage?
Hand massage, just because my feet are ticklish.
Oh,
But
okay.
after this universe, walking in heels all day, I might want a foot massage.
Okay. Drake or Chris Brown?
Drake. Oh, oh, sexiest man alive. Drake, if you're
He
watching this,
is.
hi, I'm Hillary. You recently were here in Barbados. Come back.
Yeah, I think
God,
that's one thing that I felt bad about Rihanna,
yeah,
when she met the other guy, because that was really terrible what happened between the two
it
of them.
was.
Yeah,
But
terrible.
look at what she stands for now and how she advocates about it. She's told her story. She stands up for so many women
Yeah.
and taken that experience to do something and improve her life and others from it. So, as unfortunate as it was, she's truly gone so much further above that.
Yeah. Hillary, money or love?
Cha. Cha is like, as we say here in Barbados, you like, really? That's what
Oh,
cha
really?
means.
Cha. Okay, like child. Yeah.
But so love, love, like love, but need money. So I need to find a balance of the two.
Well, not only that, but
I
money
don't
can.
want to die alone, but I'm gonna die if I have no money. I would be broke.
I agree. Plus, money can buy love these days anyway. So hello,
It's like in my
right?
dream. I want the cheesy like Disney movie rom-com kind of love where you like, I'm cheesy like that.
Ever consuming love like Carrie Bradshaw wanted from Mr. Big.
I,
That
you
kind
know,
of love, you
I
know?
love that.
Skydiving or bungee jumping?
Oh, both. I want to do both. Either or. I'd be happy to do either.
Okay.
I'm a adrenaline kind of girl, so any kind of opportunity like that, I'm down for.
Yeah. Okay. What is your favorite music?
Honestly, I like a little bit of everything, anything but rock. Rock music is not my thing, but right now I've been really liking Afro beats. So I feel like it's got such a great mixture of like cultures within it. So I've really been loving those lately.
Okay. Favorite wild animal?
Favorite wild animal? Does my hair count as one when it's wash day? Because it is
Yes.
crazy. Sound like you.
What is your favorite fashion accessory?
Honestly, I'm actually pretty simple when it comes to accessories. I normally wear the same necklace all the time and I just change out the earrings. So if I had to live with one accessory, it's got to be some nice earrings too.
Those are beautiful earrings, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. Are they
I
like
thought
sun? They're sun, right? Are they sun? Sun?
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty.
I thought they were quite snazzy.
Yeah.
I'm
They're,
an earring kind of gal.
yeah.
I like
I
to
love.
keep most things simple. So
So the bigger the earrings, the better, I think.
yeah, especially if they're a little blingy. Love.
Who is your favorite relative?
I hope nobody is watching this because I'm going to be getting some calls after, like, no, Hillary, it's your cousin, you know?
Well, wait a minute. Unless you consider your French bulldog as your relative.
My child, Lola,
Your
my
child
child,
Lola.
French
There
bulldog,
you
Lola
go.
is my favorite.
There you go.
Firstborn, only born,
Mhm.
always loves me.
That answers the question. What's your favorite spice?
My favorite spice, I love garlic. I probably overdo on the garlic. I People think that enough is enough, but I'm there still mincing cloves. I really overdo on garlic, but it's so good for you.
It's
It's so
good.
good,
It
and
has,
it's
it has a lot of
and there's so many ways you can do it. Roast it
yeah, garlic
a little
has
bit.
a lot of medicinal properties. Very
Mhm.
strong. Yeah, yeah. That's great. Second game, baby. Would you rather be a famous director or a famous actress?
Just because, well, that's hard. I will say, just because I'm a marketer, I would be a director because I know I have the vision for certain things. But being an actress would be so much fun. Getting to play all the different roles. It'd
Yeah.
be like having an alter ego, a different life.
Well, you get all these freebies. You're treated like royalty. You're dressed with the best fashion designers, etc.
It wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, life's not too shabby. Would you rather live in a cave or live in a treehouse?
Which one has Wi-Fi?
Uh, depends on the company, I guess. Like I know Verizon,
Like I'll have better connection in the treehouse. I'm gonna stick with the treehouse.
Treehouse. I agree. Would you rather have a flying carpet or a car that can drive underwater?
A flying carpet. Do you know how much money I would save on airline tickets? I,
A- Aladdin, baby, Aladdin, a
I'm
whole new world.
out here.
Would you would you rather have edible spaghetti hair that regrows every night or sweat maple syrup?
I'll sweat maple syrup.
You'll sweat maple syrup?
I'll probably then
You
have
can lick yourself, right? Okay. Would you rather be forced to eat spicy food or only incredibly bland food?
Oh, spicy for sure. We here in Barbados, we have Bajan pepper sauce, and it is spicy. You don't need a lot, but I put it on everything. I do love a good spicy dish.
Okay, good. Would you rather take a vow of celibacy or take a vow of silence?
Celibacy, being silent in society is probably the worst thing that you could do for yourself.
Okay. So Hillary, you should stop seeing your boyfriend now.
It is what it is.
Oh my
He
God.
can still hear me though because I'm not silent. I've really learned to find the strength behind my voice over the years. So being silent about things is the last thing I'll ever be doing.
Okay. Would you rather be the manager of a store with bad employees or be one of the bad employees?
One of the bad employees, because being the manager of a store with bad employees goes to speak on your managerial skills.
That's
so
true.
I would never be one of those managers. And I look at that now employing my staff. I wouldn't say I have any bad employees. So that goes to speak on a reflection of me.
Okay.
So I'm going to be one of the trouble causing employees in the back, taking too long breaks, ignoring customers.
Get yourself fired. Yeah. Would you rather have unlimited international first class tickets or never have to pay for food at restaurants? Hard, hey?
You're really gonna make me pick? Yeah. Food. I want the food. I want all the free food. Yeah. I'll fit my own bills to get where I'm going, but I'm gonna eat all your food. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks.
Exactly. And if they're leftovers, you can always, bring them home to Lola, right? Lola can finish them up.
Leftovers.
Now, third game. Give me a wrong answer, baby girl. First question. Wrong answer. Hillary, why do fools fall in love?
I couldn't even tell you myself because here I am in love and I ain't got the answer.
Number two. Hillary, what is the quickest way to get from Barbados to Russia?
Probably on the back of Lola. She's really, really quick. She's really strong. She can swim. She could fly. You'd get there like that.
What an amazing French bulldog. Wow. Woo. Hillary, how do you make spaghetti sauce? I need a recipe, please.
Go outside in the yard, pick some fresh grass, some dirt, come in, mix that with a little bit of milk. If you're feeling fancy, you can sprinkle a little bit of garlic in there because you know how we feel about the garlic.
Yeah.
And that is going to be the most juicy, saucy, cheesy little pasta you ever had.
You know what? I'm going to have to try that tonight for dinner. Sounds delicious. Yeah.
Send me pictures.
Yes, please. I will. Hillary, when are you getting married?
I'm already married. You don't see the ring on my finger?
Oh, that's a beautiful ring. That's the biggest, brightest
ring
I've ever seen. Oh my God. Oh, I love your nails too.
She did a good job.
I love your
You did a
nails.
good job. Thank you.
Wonderful. He's a keeper. Hillary, tell me, baby girl, why do dogs and cats fight?
I don't think it's fighting. I think that's just their way of expressing love for each other. Lola's always out there trying to chase the cats in the street, and it's not because she wants to attack them. I know French Bulldog, the name sounds fierce and intimidating, but she just wants to give him a little snuggle.
Oh, that's so sweet. Hillary, tell me, how do you make someone fall in love with you?
Don't be yourself.
Okay, good one. Baby girl, last question. Who is going to win Miss Universe 2020? Wrong answer.
Can't answer that one because I can only give a right answer, and it's who you're looking at. So,
Good enough.
anybody else.
Woo, 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 woo. Listen, thank you so much again for granting us this interview. You are simply phenomenal. You're simply amazing. And I love the fact that you think, because it's very rare for beauty queens these days to think before they speak. And I think you have that very rare quality of of a young woman who is not only quick and witty and smart, but is also very eloquent and just rare. I think you have the whole package. Yeah. So I would be shocked if Miss Universe, ignores you. You're kind, because yeah, you're just wonderful. You're just amazing. Yeah.
Thank you. That's really sweet. That is really, really sweet and means a lot to me.
Yeah. Before I let you go, would you like to say a brief message to your fans, to Barbados, and to the rest of the world?
Well, I'm still in my feelings from your little message just now. But I want to thank you for having me here today. It was really nice to get to chat and catch up again. And thank you for the opportunity for all your followers now to get to know me a little bit better. I hope we can chat again soon. And for everyone from Barbados who might be watching this, I hope I'm making you all very proud. The training process, it's been long, it's been hard, it's been emotional at points, but I'm going to do my absolute best to not just represent my country and represent myself as best as I can, but truly to show the world who I am, what I stand for. And I think I'm going to Miss Universe for something so much larger and such a greater purpose than myself. I'm going there for all the young women who have felt silenced, who have felt unheard. I'm there for all the boys who might not know their place in life and might be feeling confused or lacking where their purpose is. I'm just going there for so much more than myself and for so much more than just the crown. I'm here going for the people of the universe, essentially. And I just really look forward to going and competing and to make everybody proud and hopefully inspire some people along the way.
Listen, have a wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous weekend. And you know what? You could send me virtually some of that Barbadian warmth on my way, baby girl. I need
more than me.
I'm freezing right now. Some warmth. So I'm gonna upload this video on my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna tag you, and this share it with everybody. So nice meeting you again, and I hope to see you at Miss Universe.
I hope to see you. I hope we're allowed, given the protocols, I hope some people will be allowed to come and watch and interact with us. So I'll definitely look out for you. I'll bring a Barbados flag for you because I need to be waving it.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see what you have to bring. Your costume, your evening gown. I'm just getting goosebumps.
I'm very excited. A lot of things we're talking about it with the team now. We're starting to press the gas because we're getting a little more feedback from Miss Universe. So I'm excited. Things are starting to come to life now.
Okay. Well, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Take care, honey.